So as we plan yesterday, today we'll be trying to cover three different areas. What are the three different areas? What we agreed to cover today? What we agreed to cover today? We'll try to get hands-on experience on bypassing Windows 11, right? And I will also just agree how we can, I'll show you Bubsuit. That's one thing. Apart of that, there is one more thing. How you can use AI into cybersecurity. Okay, fine. So let us start with the very important one where we all think that this is something which is next level, how we can hack into a Windows machine. Okay, how we can hack into a Windows machine. So I'll be trying to start from there. So the topic which I'm trying to take is just to make sure that all of you are getting some understanding how real world things are happening. Okay, that's one concern that I'm having. That's the reason why I'm ready to share the knowledge with all of you. Fine. So whatever that we are covering today is entirely for education purpose. We are not intending anyone to do this for any illegal activity. Is that clear to all of? Is that clear to all? Okay. So I'm actually looking into the chat as well as your reactions. So please make sure everyone are interacting with me via chat box. Okay. Okay. So the operating system that you guys are having right now, which the Kali that we managed to boot yesterday, is an one of the operating system. We have multiple other operating system available. For example, like Parrot Security, Black Arch Linux is available, Black Win is available. There is a Linux from India. You know what? Which there is a Linux distribution which is from India. Anyone know that? Anybody know about that? A Linux which is from India. Anyone? Okay. So we can proud on that because we Indians have our own both pen testing. We can do some graphical work. We can make it as our day-to-day machine. We have something called as Garuda Linux. Okay, Garuda Linux. It's one of the best like a Linux machine that I've managed to explore. A very wonderful operating system. I recommend all of you to try it. I was using Garuda Linux for my main machine. Okay, I was using that as my main machine instead of Windows, instead of GNOME or Ubuntu. I was using that for more than a 1 year. I was using it. Okay, it's a wonderful machine. So just go and explore yourself. I will show you the like a landing page. So this is the landing page. Okay, so you can see they have a pretty good what we can say support the what I'm whenever I'm trying to visit this, when I'm trying to tell my students, okay, we have something like this, they are changing the UI. I think every 3 months, 4 months, they are changing the UI. See, they have a consistent update over here. That's very wonderful. So happy to know that from there. And see, they have an edition called as where is that? Garuda, yes, Dragonize Gaming configurations available. But we can focus on what? We can focus on this Dragonized version, where is perfect. It's compatible for all kinds of development testings, malware development, malware testings, dynamic and static analysis. A wonderful sandbox you can build with the help of what? Just get it out. Okay, just go and try it out. Okay, I really recommend all of you to go and try it out. But today we have this Kali Linux. Okay, as I mentioned yesterday, today I'll be trying to give you guys a broad approach what this machine has capable of or what we have in this machine. Okay, so here you can see that we are having all the tools and supporting packages pre-packed. Okay, everything is what? Everything is pre-packed inside this machine. Okay, whatever the what we can say, whatever the tools they have packed over here, it is directly taken from any open source platform, something like github.com or any other platforms. Okay, you can see that we have this information gathering, vulnerability assessment, then web application assessment is available, database assessment, password attack, wireless attack, reverse engineering, exploiting tools, sniffing and spoofing, post exploitation, forensic, reporting tools, and at the end, what we have social engineering tools. So all of them have their own use cases. For example, if I'm explaining what is information gathering, Information gathering is a process to gather information about a target. Okay, we have two types of information gathering, nothing but passive and active information gathering. For example, you have a domain, you have just a domain called as test.php.oneweb.com. Okay, I recommend if you're trying to do a scanning, if you're trying to do an testing in real world situation, apart from a bug bounty program, you can rely on the domain. Okay, you can rely on this domain. There will not be any illegal activity. Okay, it's like it's basically built for testing purpose. It's built for testing purpose. Even they are providing a login page where you can try the brute forcing campaigns. You can try several kinds of bypassing strategies. So try to use this website for what purpose? For testing purpose. There will not be any issues while using this. Okay. Are you guys are getting this domain? Testphp.oneweb.com. You can scan the QR code. I believe the scanner is visible, right? Is the QR code visible to all of you? Okay, so you can scan the QR code to get into the website. So today I will be trying to scan this website to showcase how we can able to get some data, so and so details. Okay, so this is a one website. We have this website with us. So we can go through information gathering. We can find DNS analysis. In DNS analysis, we can get their different sort of DNS records. What is the past records of this website? What is the present record of the website? We can identify whether this website is behind a WAF or a firewall or a IDS or IPS. We will be able to understand that. Then live host discovery. Live host discovery means if you're trying to scan a domain, for example, just consume that this is a domain which is running in a server. Okay, so just imagine that this is a server available and you are using Kali Linux to scan the domain, right? So the scanner that you're trying to use, the program that you have to use, you're using will try to send a special packet to this domain, to the server, and the packet need to travel back. Anyone, any idea what is this packet is? Anyone, any idea what kind of packet is this? This is known as ICMP protocol. What ICMP protocol? Okay. What is the full form for ICMP? ICMP. Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay. So this is very similar to that. They'll be trying to send different kinds of protocols and message frequencies or sequence to identify whether the host is alive. Okay. Then we have network and port scanners, network-based scanners and port scanners for identifying the services. Then OSINT, Open Source Intelligent Toolkit. Okay, so this is a very wonderful collection they have over here. The Harvester is a tool which is from the, what we can say, at the beginning of cybersecurity itself, this tool is over there, okay, which is used for gathering account details, email IDs, subdomains, DNS records, so and so. And then we have Spiderfoot over here. Spiderfoot, again, a very wonderful tool. I really recommend you guys to go and try it out. Okay. Then we have this root analysis, SMB data analysis, SMB analysis. Then we have this SSL data. So and so data can be gathered with the help of what? Information gathering collection. Then vulnerability assessment will be we'll be using Nikto and Nmap. Okay, these are the two different tools that almost every professionals are using there in their day-to-day life. Then in web application analysis, web application assessment, we'll be trying to use this WPS scan to scan WordPress websites, SQL injection for conducting SQL-based injections or attack in a DB. So it's a SQL map. Then we have Bubsuit, which is a very common tool which is used inside web application testing, especially in the field of bug bounty and VAPT. Okay, then so more classifications are available. Then in database management, again, we have this SQL injection available with the help of SQL map. Okay. Then you can see password attack. Okay. Password attack, there are two legendary tools, which is nothing but Hydra and Hashcat. Okay. Hydra, sorry, so not Hydra actually. John the Ripper and Hashcat. Both are offline password cracking tools or password, what we can say, yes, absolutely, password cracking tools. Then Hydra is an online password cracking. Crunch is a command that we used for generating patterns on a word list. Then crawl is again used for generating a word based list from a website. Then again, we are having online password attacking tools and offline password attacking tools. You can go and explore. Then we have this wireless attack. Everybody are curious to hack a Wi-Fi. Everyone are what they are curious to hack a Wi-Fi. So we have a tool called as Wi-Fi T, a fully automated. Have anyone heard about Wi-Fi T? Okay. Then we have this reverse engineering. So reverse engineering is a technique which is used for replicating or which is used for understanding how the application is working and trying to break it out. There are so many use cases for reverse engineering. Okay. So some of the great tools are not by default installed, but you will be able to get that when you're trying to update the source list. Then exploitation tool, one of the very famous tool from here is nothing but meta exploitable framework. Do anyone know about meta exploitable framework? Anyone from the chat know what is meta exploitable framework? Have anyone tried it? Used for reversal collection, used for exploiting. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. Then spoofing and sniffing. So spoofing and sniffing means we'll be able to understand, okay, how a complete network working from an what we can say a network troubleshooting IT guy perspective, plus what? Plus a intruder perspective also. So there are some great tools available, but I would like to recap two tools. One is Wireshark, which is again used for collecting. Okay, when you again used for collecting network packets, a single packet which is being transmitted or received by the network can be tracked with the help of Wireshark. Okay, then again in the list we have this Ettercap. It is actually used for network packet analysis. Yes. Wireshark is a network packet analysis. Okay, then we have Ettercap. Ettercap is a graphical interface for man in middle attack. Okay, Ettercap is a GUI version of man in middle attack. Okay, then post exploitation, this is something what we will conduct once we are in the system. Okay, this is what we do once we are in the system. So there is a difference between all the actions above. Then forensic is again, the words forensic itself, that it's used for identifying the details, evidence, verification, so on and so thing. And wonderful that Kali Linux has packed with a very great framework called as autopsy. So autopsy is a tool. This is autopsy. Okay. See, this is autopsy over here. So autopsy is a tool where it is widely used by organizations and government officials or policing to collect data. Data means what kind of data? What kind of data? What kind of data it will be? Evidence, right? Evidence are gathered with the help of, and we will be able to study with that. So we have this very wonderful framework over here. Okay, so among this complete list, we are having exploitation tool, right? Everybody are waiting for exploitation tool. And we need to know more about this meta exploit over here. So meta exploiting framework, that's the way that we call it, meta exploiting framework. So using this framework, what we can do means we will be able to check that does this exploit? Yes, it comes with preloaded exploits and auxiliary scanners. Auxiliary scanners are literally nothing but to cross-check whether the payload is able to conduct an exploitation to the vulnerable target. Okay. Sir, I used a methodology of Airmon NG Aircrack, Wireshark, Aerodump for Wi-Fi hacking. Yes. Yes, Rohit, those are the methodology which is used for Wi-Fi hacking. The same thing can be automated with the help of a Python script. You have to explore yourself on that way. Since you mentioned like this, I recommend try to create your own framework. Okay, try to create your own framework with the help of Python. Okay, okay, Rohit. Okay. Okay, so happy to know that there are some students who would like to do hands-on experiments, but ensure try to do this on your own environment, not on real world. Okay, whatever that we are teaching today is nothing but what for education purpose. Okay, so is there any way to hack a Wi-Fi without word list? Wi-Fi without a word list? Yes, there is something called as what is that WPA attack. Okay, WPA attack where you can scan and check whether it contains a WPA handshake acceptable. Then Wi-Fi word list or password is not required. Okay. Okay. So today's first topic is exploitation. So we'll be starting with meta exploit. Once you simply go and start the meta exploit, let's see how it will starts and do we get any error. Okay. I just clicked on meta exploit. So it is asking me to enter the password, which is KALI, and enter. It is starting the database. So you can see it is getting start. So we have to wait. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll open a new tab and let us try to explore a very interesting command. Okay. So we need to identify the problem is we need to identify. So what is the code you start for meta exploiting? I didn't type any command. If you would like to type with a command, what you can do means you can just simply go and say MSF. Okay, MSF console, gaming console. Okay. So console. Okay, MSF console. So you can start like this. Okay. MSF console is a command. Okay. Okay. So here you can see my MSF console is starting. So let me do one thing. I will quickly show you a command. So we have a problem. The problem is nothing but we have to find the solution. What is the problem statement? How to identify the device in the same network. What? How to identify the device in a same network. So we have a command called as r hyphen scan hyphen el. Okay. Then we need to provide an interface name. So you have to understand a name of an interface. As someone just mentioned, sir, LAN or WAN, which one is what is the difference, right? So LAN means devices which are connected to your Wi-Fi. Within your Wi-Fi, whatever device you're connecting, that is LAN. Okay. But if you're having an external connection towards the LAN communication, that is known as WAN, which means the same device which is connected in your WAN is able to communicate with a WAN device or a server or an IP address. It is again a WAN communication, wide area network, local area network. Okay. From a local area network only, we are trying to create what? A WAN area network. Okay. Multiple local area network combined to be having one single network. Okay. Okay. I just got a guest. Okay, I just went to pick him. Okay, fine. So what we're discussing, we were discussing about the WAN, right? The WAN and LAN. So if you have a if you have a confusion, okay, how devices are communicating is, I can break it for you guys. I can make it very simple for you guys. So let us create a topology. Okay, let us create a topology that just assume this is what that is your that's your ISP. Okay, so and this is my ISP. Okay, so ISP slash I'm having a WAF, which is web application firewall. I'm running this locally. Okay. Then I am having what I can say. Again, I am having an IDS because I last day I managed to implement that. So I can tell you that. Fine. Okay. So in your network, you are having this Wi-Fi. So you have this Wi-Fi over here. Okay. You have this Wi-Fi. You have this Wi-Fi. And you have couple of devices also. Okay, you have couple of devices, for example, device number 1, device number 2, device number 3. So you have how many devices? You have literally 3 devices in a network. I'm going to teach you networking concept, so please make sure everyone are listening to the session. Okay, now let us try to connect this. So just assume these are connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, these are connected to the Wi-Fi, so all are connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, all devices are connected to Wi-Fi. Sorry for interrupting, but can you tell me what's WhatsApp? What app did you use to record videos? I want to know. I'm not using any videos to record. May you know why? Actually, Zoom is recording. Maybe that's the question, right? Okay, Zoom is recording. Okay. Anyway, let us come back. So you can see we have PC1. So this is PC1. We have PC number 2. We have PC number 3. Okay. So when the ISP trying to provide communication to your Wi-Fi, okay, this is what this is your Wi-Fi. To your Wi-Fi will be creating an internal subnet. It's very funny to say this. There is a very mean joke in YouTube. One old guy is teaching about this programming knowledge. It's a meme. Is there internal network? It's actually a meme. So you guys know what is gateway? What is gateway? What is gateway? What is gateway? Manas, instead of saying S or what Visha saying no, you can just say me what is subnet, right? You can tell me the explanation for that. Adherence to outside network. Okay. If that's the scenario, let us try to write the subnet. So what will be the subnet of this network? This network has a subnet, right? We can say it is 192.168.56.1. 56.1 is given over there. Then what will be the IP address of this third machine? 192.168 point. Is it 56 or something else? 57.1? Who said that? It's actually 56.2 or 109, something like that. Again, this will be given to here, right? Here we can say 56.21. And here is this also will be what? 50, 56.23, right? So you have to understand what is the individual meanings of this IP address. Okay, 192.168.168 point. Okay, or what I'll do means I'll just try to take it like 192.168 point. That's up to there, you can understand. But from here, you have to start to tell me what is this 56 point. Okay, and what the value, okay, what the value is this 12. So there is a question. This is a question need to be addressed. Everyone, both computer science students as well as coming cybersecurity experts, everyone have to say. So up to here, what is this? And what is this value? And what is this? So what is the first value? It's a network. Network. And what is it? 56? That's a gateway. Gateway. Hmm? Subnet. And the last one, host. Okay, that's a host. So you need to understand your IP address is very much required. Okay, very much required. Every network, even my network is also same the situation. Okay, so let us come back over here. In your Kali, you can go and type a command called as ifconfig. Okay, ifconfig, where you will be able to see your Kali's IP address. Kali IP address number 1, Kali's IPv4 is not displayed. We have to check that why Kali's IPv4 of one particular adapter is not visible for us. We can connect it back. Okay, I think that's not going to connect. I will check what is the reason. 1 second. It's a bridge NAT adapter where I'm not connected to a Wi-Fi. That's the reason. So let me do one thing. Let me quickly connect to a Wi-Fi. 1 second. Okay, let me quickly connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, instead of connected to a Wi-Fi, I managed to connect with my USB gigabyte cable. So if I'm trying to connect with this adapter right now, and we have a command for resetting the entire network, which is network manager restart. It's actually restart. Start. Okay. Again, if config command. Um, okay, it's directly connected. We have this. No, I will connect to a Wi-Fi. That may be the best option, I think. Okay, I will connect to a Wi-Fi. No issue. I've always wondered, city like Bangalore, why they have Wi-Fi name like this. Do your hometown have this kinds of Wi-Fi? No, I just connected to a one particular Wi-Fi, which is my Wi-Fi, which is Cyber Range. Of course, I will name like that. But I don't know, very awkward to say we have a Wi-Fi name like this. Anyway, let's come back. Let's come back and try to reset the Wi-Fi network adapter once again. And it's already disconnected. I think it's already connected. And let me check if config once again. No, I'm not getting Wi-Fi. Do one thing. I'll try to go for and reboot. Okay. I'll go for an sudo reboot because it's very relevant to show you guys. When you create a virtual machine like this, there is an option called as network adapters. So NAT network, how NAT network work means NAT network is known as network address translator. Okay, network address translator. So what this network address translation do means it will try to trying to translate or trying to convert the network adapter that I'm having in my laptop, which is my Wi-Fi, to a virtual network. Okay, so whatever the network I'm getting from my own laptop is getting converted to an virtual router. That setup is known as NAT adapter. Then what is bridge adapter? What will be bridge adapter? So bridge adapter comes with different types of bridging. For example, I'm using a USB. You can see from I'm having like a USB Ethernet cable because my laptop does not comes with a Ethernet port. So I'm using a USB port. So that's one reason over here. Okay. Then this is something like I think that belongs to my VPN. That belongs to my VPN. Then this is Intel. That's my again what we can say the coaxial cable. I mean, not coaxial cable. What is this again? My Wi-Fi chip. Yeah, this is my Wi-Fi chip over here. Then again, that's my USB. One more Ethernet USB I'm connecting. So I can switch like this. I can switch like this and I can give an OK. So once this machine starts, it will be starting from what? It will be starting with that network adapter. Okay. So understanding about the networking concepts is required. If someone is asking that question, yes, it's very much required, because in one point you may get stuck if you're not able to understand the simple concepts like this. Okay, it's very much essential. Okay, very much essential to do this. So let me wait the device to boot. Okay, so we have the Kali. We can log in back to the Kali, which is Kali Kali as the password. Okay. So we have the Kali Linux with us. We take the terminal. Okay. And what about if config command? Yes. So right now you can see I'm having a network IP address called as 192.168.0.1061.6. Okay. And if I'm trying to take a look into my networking IP, okay, I'll directly go to my networking IP. Okay. Okay. That's my network where I am having this as my Ethernet as my public IP address. I will show you the properties where you can see the IP address, which is within 192.168.0. See, 0.104. 0.104 is my Windows IP address, and 0.6 is my Kali Linux IP address, which means I can ping the machine. So see, ping space hyphen count of 5. I can ping to 192.168.0.106 if I'm not wrong. Isn't it 106? 106. Okay. It's not on now. What happened? What happened? Okay, maybe 106. Let's see. Yeah, it's 106. Okay, so I'm able to communicate from my Kali to my Windows machine. So why I'm doing like this means because we are going to hack the Windows machine. Okay, we are going to hack the Windows machine. That's the reason. Okay, that's the reason why we are trying to do like that. Okay. Now the question, how we will try to attack Windows? There is a question, right? How we will try to attack the Windows machine? How? Anyone know any strategies that you are using? You guys are using any strategies? Any strategies that can be automated scripts, meta exploiting? As a beginner, how can start ethical hacking? I will tell you. I tried sudo restart without knowing what's a command to do. It's a so happy to know that because you tried it, right? So happy to know that some guy see experiments are always good. Experiments I really appreciate. Okay, I really appreciate people are trying to do this. Creating a reversion using Android Studio. Why Android Studio? Android Studio? I don't know. Creating an exe file payload. Okay, Aniket knows something about cybersecurity, I believe, because creating an exe file payload. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do means I'll just go and directly take my repository. Okay. I am just warm welcoming you guys, everyone, to my profile, which is going to be Kerala Hacker. You can just go and search this in Google itself. Okay, you'll be getting the very first result, which is Hack with Vaishu, which is my cyber name. Almost every cybersecurity professionals, they have a cyber name. So my cyber name is Kerala Hacker. You can simply go and search that. Okay. So in this profile, I have been selected, as I mentioned, I have selected some hand-picked tools. One of the tool name is known as Villain Framework. Okay. One of the tool name is known as Villain Framework. How many of you know about this framework? Have anyone heard about this particular framework? Villain Framework. Villain Framework. Anyone? No? Okay. So this is a framework which is built top on Python, and we'll be trying to create a PowerShell payload where it is crafted in a way we'll be able to bypass Windows 11, whether it is updated or outdated, no any issue. We'll be able to bypass the antivirus detection engine of Windows 11. Okay. So this is my profile. As usual, I just told you, if you are trying to follow me, what will happen means you will be able to get the feed. Okay. Following a person in GitHub, I will not get any revenue or monetization. Just to make sure that whoever would like to learn cybersecurity, they will get more update. That's the reason. Okay. Anyway, it's your wish. This is a profile, Kerala Hacker. Go and do it. Then come back to where? Come back to repositories. Okay. So once you came back to repositories or this option over here, repo, what you can do, you can go and search for villain. Okay. Once you search for villain over there, you'll be able to get that very one and only framework. Okay. And this framework is not built by me. It is it was built by an well-known red team penetration tester. Okay, I just forked from his repo to my repo, and I'm not taking any credit. Okay, but I will take one credit. You know what? I'll tell you. I know even this person managed to build this with his all effort, his talent and everything, but I managed to reserve the version which is released 3 years back. Just imagine this tool just released 1 hour before, and I quickly cloned, or I just forked it. It's not cloned. Cloning means I'm just doing something like a copycats do. I'm not cloning. I just forked it. Okay. There is an option for us forked. So I just forked that. So you can see when this was released, only 8 people managed to fork it. So you can see when I forked it, it was 3 years ago. But if you're taking look into, you can go and test it. Okay. You can actually go to the original creators page, which I am bad to spell this. Okay. After villain. Okay. This is a creator page over there. You can go to this creator page and you will be very excited to see that this has a monthly, weekly, sometimes we can say 1 update ago, 1 day ago, there was an update, or 1 hour ago, there was an update. So this repo is actually updating frequently. Okay. You can see last November, they have released their V2.2.1. Okay. They have a version, and you can see number of people are trying to contribute. So many things are happening. See, the last update is happened to a core file, which has happened like 2 months ago. But the file which I'm having is 3 years ago. You know why I'm trying to appraise this particular version that I'm having, a version which is 3 years back? Because this version, this 3 years before version, can hack a Windows machine, but this version, the latest version, is not able to. Anyone, any idea why the latest version is not able to bypass Windows 11, but the updated version is, I mean, the outdated version, the way old code is able to bypass security patch, restrictions? See, if they know about, see, Windows Defender, definitely they know about Villain Framework, because this was very, very, very popular. Okay. Even now also it is very much popular. If we are going to the actual creators page, you can see how many people just forked and just star it out. Okay. So it's a very well-known framework. Signature payload, no. The creator itself understand this is something which I should not provide to the humankind, because we started to misusing of it. So what he done means he just managed to do some improvisation where if a professional need to do something with the help of this tool, they have to do their own inputs. A contribution from their end need to be added. So you just build the latest version accordingly, but you can find, okay, you can find the first release, the first version of VLAN framework, which is working, absolutely working. Okay. And I didn't made any kind of changes over here because you can see that 3 years ago, everything 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I done a change. What is a change? I just checked this in my own system. Okay. In my own system. And this image belongs to me. Even if you have any doubt, you can just zoom into it. You can see my name is mentioned over there. Okay. So as I mentioned, how you can showcase you are a very consistent person in cybersecurity. If you guys are asking me the question, this is my answer. See, I have done this how many years ago? 3 years ago. Okay. 3 years ago, I was doing this. And the same file, I'm able to reverse engineering and I am able to bypass Windows 11. And we are going to do that. So if you would like to test the latest version, go and do it from there. But the methods are very much similar. So first thing what you have to do means you have to copy this. But if you copy this, what will happen? You're taking that directly from the original creator, which is nothing but the updated version. So there is a catch. Okay. What you have to do means you have to just go all the way up, copy the code, click the code. There will be a drop down available and click on this copy icon. Go to the terminal. You guys are observing, right? Anyone, any blockers? I believe you guys are in the same page. Shall I continue? Those who are interested to know how to hack updated Windows 11, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a thumbs up? Only two. How this hackers are able to hack into this Windows 11? Among 421 participants, only 34 participants have interest to know about how to hack a Windows machine. What about others? Okay, okay, okay. So let us do the process. The process is very much easy. What you have to do the very first, go to my repo. Okay. And by the way, this will be my repository's QR code. You can scan that. Okay. Once you are in my repo, click on this green radio button, which is going to be giving us a drop down. Copy the link of the repo, come to the first terminal and try to paste and try to type the command, which is git is used for communicating with GitHub. Clone is used for downloading the repository. What we're downloading? The repository. That's what we managed to clone. I mean, copy, paste it, give an enter. Eventually, it will try to download one version of the GitHub to our local system. You can make an LS. You will be able to see VLAN framework according to alphabetic order. You can go to VLAN framework, give an LS again. You can see those many files are available over there. Now, you may notice something like a requirement.txt. So what is requirement.txt means? It contains all the pip libraries you have to configure. What? All the pip libraries. So copy the command and simply paste it over here and enter. It will try to configure all the requirement.txts. Okay, all the requirements. Just wait. We have to wait. That's the only thing. We have to wait. So up to here, no doubt, right? Simple. Okay, we just got an error. Let's check what is error. Okay, I think that's not going to be too much issue. Let us try to run and check it out. Okay, so how to run this? Very simple. Python 3 villain.py and enter. If there is any error, we'll get that in the screen. No, we don't have any error. A simple script. Okay, you can type a help command to show you the drop down. In this drop down, you can see we have help and command called as generate. So you can simply say generate space help. Will it work? No, it should be reversed. How it should be reversed? It should nothing but help space generate and enter. Will tell you how we can generate a payload, a backdoor payload for Windows as well as for Linux machine. We are more focusing into Windows, so we'll be copying any of the above command. We'll copy this, we'll paste it, then L host is equal to. The question is, what is L host? What is L host? So L host is nothing but, what is L host? I will tell you what is L host. So L host is nothing but what? The local host. A local host of Kali Linux is nothing but what? Loop IP, which is 127.0.0.1 is a loop IP. But again, there is an issue. Okay, you have two machines. One is a victim machine, or the machine that you're trying to attack. Second, you are having the attacker machine or the hacker machine. From the hacker machine, you manage to send, transfer, plant, or try to forward the payload. You're trying to send the payload to the victim machine. You'll be using something called as H. It's known as R host. Okay, R host. So this R stands for remote, remote host of the victim machine. Now, if the victim machine need to communicate back to the attacker, yes, you are compromised. That situation will be using something called as, what we'll use? L host. So this L host, L belongs to listen. Okay, this L belongs to listener. Okay, listener. What? Listener. So here the L is nothing but what? The loop IP, not loop IP, the local host one. Why? Because that is connected to our network where it has access to my Windows machine. So you can't simply go and attack a system. If one of you are planning to attack my Windows machine, it should be connected to WAN, first of all. Second, you should need a steady state contact with my system. That's the reason why Metaxploitable, those kinds of framework has something called as auxiliary scanners to check whether connection can be established or not. Okay, so L host means what? L host is known as listener IP address. If the victim, it is communicating to us, why? This is compromise, right? Why we are making compromise? To communicate to the attacker machine. So this is known as L host. If the attacker need to send the file to the victim, we'll be using R host. Is that clear? Is that clear all to all of you? Okay. So I just copy the IP address, coming back to here, paste the IP, give an enter. So what we get from here, we get a payload. A backdoor is being generated. So you can simply copy the entire backdoor, and you can simply click on the Windows icon and you can see PowerShell. Okay, open the PowerShell. Now I know some of the learners will ask questions something like how this will happen. We will generate a code. We have to paste this to the victim's machine. That's what you're trying to say. Yes, yes, that's what I'm trying to say. You have to paste the code into the victim's system. Once this code got executed, you have to observe. Everybody just check into the screen. Everybody need to take a look to here as well as to here. Two areas, two different areas. Okay, you have to check here, which is of area number one and area number two. You have to observe. Is that clear to all? Is that clear? Okay. Now what I'll do means I'll just try to run the code which we received from our villain framework, and what the error that we are receiving, what is this written? What is it written? Is it successfully able to compromise the Windows machine? What type of content it is? What type of content it is? What PowerShell is telling us? It's a malicious content. It's a malicious content. No, the signature got detected. The content contains a malicious character. That character got detected. To identify a signature, there is no any file. This is a piece of code which we are executing in a terminal. So there is a difference. Okay, it's a malicious code. Even it is not a malware right now. We have a code, not a file. Malware is a code. That's what you guys are saying. No, malware is a file. Right now, it's a code. It's not even a file to generate a signature. It's not a file to start behave like a worm or a virus or a spyware or a ransomware. No, just a piece of code. There is a difference. Okay, this thing can be converted into a file, then it can be malware. So can you tell which is the malicious code? Yes, I will tell you. I will tell you. I will tell you why it is trying to identify and we are not able to bypass it. I will tell you that. Okay. So what I'll do means I will. Okay. Can you please explain what you did after the L post? Okay. See. Okay. So Prajit, you send me creepy underscore builder dot bat file. May I know why you send me this? I have to run this in my local machine. That's what you're suggesting. Okay, the file that you have given, if I'm trying to download it, I'll tell you what will happen. Okay, I just download the file. The file that you given me, I just download it. Okay, let's see what the file is capable of. See, this is a file that you provide me, right? So if I'm right clicking that, wait a second. Okay, if I'm right clicking that and edit in Notepad. Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, super. Okay. See, this is okay, no issue. There is no any malicious content what I'm seeing from here, but I really recommend don't try to share this kinds of file because God knows what is inside that. And people are very curious to know what is inside that. See, even I've got an error. Okay. Even I just got an error right now. No issue, nothing will happen. I have my own antivirus capabilities. Okay, fine. Okay, okay, no issue. Okay, so what we'll do means we will try to clear the screen. And once again, we will try to generate the same payload. It will be the same payload. And for a clarity, I will try to copy the same payload. Okay, and I'm not doing any backstage magic over here. Okay, you can see this is our previous window. I'll just make a clear command and paste the code. Okay, paste the code, getting an enter. Again, a malicious content. Let me go back to my antivirus. Let's see what antivirus is telling me. Okay. Okay. It says it required one action. Let's give that action. Okay. Let's check what is an issue. Okay. In thread and virus securities, we have what real-time protection is enabled, depth drive protection is enabled. Then cloud delivery, I just managed off it because my cloud contains several other codes. Okay. Then automation sample submission, please do not give this. If you are trying to develop a malware, a ransomware, a spyware, something like that, don't give this. Why? Because this will be directly taken to Microsoft data center for what? For for what? For signature based anomaly detection. Okay, signature based anomaly detection. So please don't send this. Okay, that's the reason I'm just turning off that. Apart from that, you can see from I have almost everything from the screen, and the one which is indicated as block. Let's see that what is being blocked right now. Okay, it's nothing but PowerShell. So I can give an action that allow on this device. I can give that. Okay. Let me resolve the issue. 1 second. Again, going back, let's see, do we have nothing? Okay. We don't have any security warnings over here. Let us try to run this command once again. So I will clear the screen once again. So everyone, Where you have to observe? You have to observe on here as well as the antivirus also. I'm just going to run the code, the malicious code once again. Enter. See, no connection got, malicious content, and antivirus managed to pick it up. Okay, I click on drop down, block the thread, continue the action. So actually that will take some time. Okay, that actually will take some time. Meanwhile, what I'll do means I will just showcase what is the issue behind and how we are going to, okay, how we are going to mitigate that. So this was a payload that we received from where? From the villain framework. What is getting detected means we can see that there is a parameter called as P where the value is equal to http:// This is actually making this piece of code to transmit some file via HTTP. That makes the signature or that makes the complete code as a pattern of what? A malicious content. If I am removing the content, okay, I'm removing the content, selecting all, Control X to cut, come back, okay, and let me clear this once again, 1 second. Okay, this is actually taking some time. Let me wait. And creating a malware, studying about malware is one of the borest subject I ever encountered in cybersecurity. Okay. Hours, days, weeks will pass off. Okay. Let us wait. Let us wait. So can you use Windows antivirus? Isn't it paid? Wait, wait. See, the antivirus which I am using right now is under a protection of what? Windows Defender Cloud Security. Okay. So this is something which is not available steady state by a normal Windows user. Okay. That's something which is different, which I'm using here. Okay. Yeah, we have a thread issue over here. Let me try to resolve that too also. Again, PowerShell. Okay, so you can see all those things are in a green color right now. Okay, and I will clear the terminal once again. I'm pasting the new code which we managed to edit right now. Okay, which we managed to edit right now, and just observe what is going to happen. I just paste the command and I'm going to give an enter. So quickly, everyone need to focus where you have to focus here as well as here. Is it clear to all? Can I get a confirmation in the chat box? Is it clear to all? Okay. Okay. So moment of truth. 1, 2, 3. Enter. The code is executing. We are not getting any error. We are not getting any error. Okay. We can see that the code has executed. We are not received at any error. Have a thread been assigned over here? Is there any thread? Is there any thread available here? Is there any thread available here? No. Are we getting any connection back here? No, I didn't allow anything. I didn't allow anything. If I'm trying to run the previous code, which was not edited, which contains the HTTP parameter and give an enter, okay, give an enter, it will be what? It will be malicious. See, now what just happened means it's directly executing, which is already given from here. If I can go back to threat and detection, I can go to protection security. I can see what is being enabled and disabled before. So I can literally go back. Okay, I can literally go back and see this is what Microsoft is saying. Okay, and I can disable that whenever I record. I can go and disable it, but it's not belongs to that. You guys just try it from your end. It will be working 100% fine for all of you. Okay. So this is something which is different, which we tried before, but what we tried right now is a Vinu thing. Okay. So this is the one interesting method that I can teach you how you guys will be able to bypass what Windows Defender, and even you can convert this into an exe file. We can use something called as what we can say PS2 exe. You have to convert the code, this complete code into a PowerShell file, a PS1 file. So there is something called as PS1 to exe. You have to use that. Then you can create an exe. You will be able to send someone that. Okay. And you will be getting the connection. If I'm trying to type sessions and enter, now we can see I'm having two different sessions from two different IDs. Okay. And I can simply say sessions space 1F and the particular F6, right? F6, the session ID, or it's not session actually shell 1F6 and rest of the value and enter. Right now, I'm inside command prompt. I'm inside command prompt. I can give dir. I will be able to list the entire files, directories as similar as ls command, which was inside my Windows machine, will be able to list in the Kali Linux right now. Okay. To exit, you can give an exit. Okay. You can also clear the screen. Okay. ls will not work, I think. No, it will not be working. But you can use the commands which is within the Willen framework. Like you can type help menu and you can see the commands. Okay. And they're also providing a very interesting feature called as siblings. If you have two different servers, what you can do means you can transfer the data from this machine to that machine to the sibling server. Okay. Where you need to start a server and you have to connect between the servers. Okay. So I'm just closing the session, closing the terminator. I mean, sorry, not terminator, this Willen framework. So this is a very simple and easy method. I recommend everyone to go and try it, but ensure you guys are going to disable sample submission, because I am not really interested to provide my version of malwares to where to Microsoft. Okay, even it is better for the community to create a best standard virus, even though I'm not interested. That's the reason I managed to disable it. Okay. The attendance form will be provided at the end of the session. Okay. The attendance form will be provided at the end of the session. So everyone just go and simply take a look into this Willen framework, which is a super framework. And let me know how many of you are going to try this out. You can just raise your hand. How many of you are going to try this out? How many of you are going to try this? Among 400 participants, only 20 to 35 people are trying to try this out. So, tell me about the internship. See, so related to internships and cybersecurity courses, you can directly contact with the program coordinators. So they are very happy to inform you further details on this. Sir, is the code getting executed? I'm not getting payload access. So if you're providing, that means your Kali is not able to ping between the Windows machine. I just mentioned that, right? If you know the Windows machine IP address, ensure go and able to ping it. If this is a Windows machine IP address, it should ping. Okay, see, 5 packet transmitted, 5 packet received. Okay. So I have removed HTTP, but still it is not working. There is a syntax error. Darshan, there is a syntax error. You have to identify that. Okay. So, sir, why is my Kali tools are not there? Few tools are only. Can you please tell me and how to install those tools? See, is it something and common issue with others? Because Kali Linux is not a perfect Linux. Okay, it may break according to his wish. Okay, So we have to be ready for that. Okay. I recommend if it is got corrupted, try to change that. Okay. Try to change the Kali, try to get a new version of Kali. Okay. So I was mentioning about this villain framework to hack into Windows machine. Similar way, I just mentioned about this Buffsuit framework. So Buffsuit we will go, no issue. So we will be going immediately. But as I mentioned before, we can do what? We can conduct an ARP scan, right? To identify machines which is within a system, like within a system. And I'm going to do the scan against a single adapter, which is going to be ETH1, the adapter that I'm using to connect with my Wi-Fi. So you can see how many networks, how many devices are in my network right now. And I'm having a Raspberry Pi also. Are you guys able to see my Raspberry Pi in the network? Able to see, right? Okay. So this many devices are in the network. Those many devices are in the network. So as I mentioned, I will also teaching you one more framework, which is known as Nmap, a very handy tool that you can use anywhere you want. Even the knowledge that I'm trying to share now, you can use it for scanning devices within a network. For example, if you are connected to your college Wi-Fi, you can simply type Nmap and rest of the command that I'll be sharing right now to identify, is there any vulnerable device in the network? Okay, you can try it out. So for trying that, first of all, we need to understand what is our subnet, what is our network mask, what is our gateway. So for knowing that, I understand one thing, which is 192.168.1 is what? One is the particular network itself, or you can type IPA and enter. We will know what is our IP range. So our IP range belongs to 24. With these two informations, what you can do, you can simply type nmap space, okay, hyphen capital PN. Don't ping the network, or we can say, okay, fine, go and ping the network, no issue, go and do that. Then hyphen ESV, version detection, identify what service running over there. Does the service contains any version issues like a RC or something like that? We can go for version detection. Then hyphen VV is used for verbose mode to see more human, human understandable data, verbose mode. Then at the end, you can paste the IP forwarded by what was the IP range once again? Are you guys remembering that 16 or 24? Let me check once again. Not sudo, IPA, which is 24. Okay. 24, we will say 24 over there, 24 over there. Okay. And what I can do means you can take the complete output. So for taking the output as a report, I will be using hyphen ON for a normal output, which is going to be Wi-Fi scan dot txt. That's one thing I can do. Okay. And I can simply give an enter. Within a moment, what will happen? It will try to scan the entire IP address, the entire range of IP address, and we will be able to see a real-time data into our screen. See, it's going one by one IP address. It's very simple that we copy the IP from the sudo ARP scan. It will be very simple thing to do, but I suggest if you're trying this, you can do it like that. But I usually try to do this in a different way. That's the reason. Okay, we can simply copy the IP which is alive to the screen right now, which is one is available, 105, 102, 103, 100, 104. Those are the IP alives. So you can directly copy those IPs and you can provide here. Okay. ARP scan does not work. Why? Is there a problem between your ARP scan? See, I'm getting so many questions related to this villain framework. If I'm trying to keep on asking or say giving doubt clearings for that, we can't able to cover other sessions. What is the reason behind why we removed the $P? The reason behind why we removed the $P is used for removing more anomaly detection from the network. Okay. So you can see I managed to scan the entire device. Right now, I have an Ubuntu with an OpenSSH server. Okay. Scrolling down, we can see that port 80 is available, port 194 is available, where portable, what an SDK, something is available, like that device is available. Then scrolling all the way up, let's see, do we have any other devices or any other network domains? No, nothing is available. But if I'm making a clear screen, an LS, I'm able to see the Wi-Fi scan report. I can open that in a graphical text editor called as Mousepad. In Windows, it is Notepad. In Kali, it is Mousepad. Okay. So I'm trying to open this in Mousepad, and this is a report. From the report, what I can do, I can remove some unwanted data. Yeah. So up to here, I'm just removing some unwanted data. Okay. This fingerprint is also not going to help us. So I'm just removing the fingerprint. Okay. See, this is the received data. Again, this warnings and other things also we can remove. Okay. See, we have our data available over here. Okay. Which is 101 available, 100 available, 6 available, and 5 and other devices, other IP address we are not able to get. Okay. So everyone, this is a method that you can use for scanning and understanding what are the devices which is in your network. Or it can be very simple. You can use a software or something like this. This is Glassware over here, where I can conduct a network scan. So it will be scanning both the devices. Why? Because I'm connected to a Wi-Fi as well as my Ethernet port. So in my Ethernet jack, it is able to identify one of the other devices, which is my student's laptop. Okay, my friend, my colleague, my student's laptop is here. Then I'm having a Raspberry Pi, my laptop. I'm having like it's actually one laptop, but why two IP address means why it's showing two lines? Because one is an internal adapter, one is a external, which is the Ethernet port. Okay, same as here also, same as here. One is internal and what is external. Okay, so you can use this kinds of software also. So both will work. So where you can take this means once we attack a machine, don't think that's the end of the scenario. No, we will try to do something called as lateral movement or pivoting. If I manage to attack compromising one single system in an corporate company, I will use the same system to scan the entire network and try to know about the system. Then I will be shifting my position from one machine to another by infecting all machines. Okay. Is that clear to all? Is that clear? So can we scan packets through Nmap? Yes, Nmap is actually sending scans through packets only. Sir, the IP address is correct and it is responding to ping command, but it's not. Harsh, it's I don't know what's the issue. If you are posting a screenshot in Discord, I can help you in that. Okay. Can we make our own framework? Of course, you can do that. Oh, you can do that. Absolutely, you can do that. No an issue. See, this is built top on Python. I mentioned that. So this is something which is something like a main.py. I'll show you. This main file, which is villain.py, we are not doing any extra ordinary commands are not getting executed over here. Okay. It's a very simple thing, very simple thing. It's only. So you can see from here, it is nothing but to showcase what are the help menus. Okay. Then it is trying to get some arguments. That's the above arguments. And this is the banner which we are seeing in the front, which is written as villain is written, right? So that banner is given over there. Then the banner values are mentioned. Moving down, this is the command. See, commands, individual commands they have mentioned. So it is nothing but what the banners that we are receiving when we try to launch. So you can also see someone is trying to type the help message. This should get print. So it's a very simple framework. Just go and break it down. But if you are looking for the core engine of the program, it's not situated in the villain.py, it is inside the core file. Okay, it's inside the core file. So how clarity I am with this particular tool means I went several times with this tool. So I know each and every corner of this machine. Okay, corner of this particular repository. So this particular payload is coming from where? The malicious code is coming from payload template. You'll be able to find, I think, 3 or 4, I think. Yeah, in Windows, you have to go, not for Linux, Windows. See, so you can see 4 different payloads. Don't calculate the first one. First one is used for disabling SSL check. So you have how many payloads? 4 payloads are there. HTTP payload, HTTP outline is available, then HTTPS payload, HTTPS outline payload. So there are different types of payloads you can see from here. S with S and without S, you can see. Okay, if I'm trying to open a simple payload, something like HTTP payload, whatever the code which is generated and providing to us, it's already hard code. See, the command is already hard code. Whenever in the command session you are seeing a dollar symbol, that dollar symbol will be like a what we can say, like inputted by the variables which the user is trying to input. Okay, whatever the user input, it will be taking as a variable and trying to fill the, for example, you can see server IP address, session ID. Those will be trying to replace with the user input. Okay. Discord invite is not working. Could you guys check the chat box once again? I will try to drop the Discord invite, which is HTTPS this discord.gg/sector21. You can check the chat box. I have dropped so many times. You can take any one of them. Okay. You can take any of them there. Okay. You can take any of them. So anyone, any questions on this villain framework, how we managed to do something like that? Any questions, anyone? 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 Any questions? Okay. So I'm not audible. I just went to a mute. Okay. So how to start a bug hunting? Yeah, I will discuss on that. First, let us clear this. Anyone, any doubt on this villain framework about the networking and all? See, I really, sir, I need to learn more about Windows payload and as well as Linux commands. Can you showcase more? See, I was going to tell that I am having a limitation on that. Okay. Um, this is correct, Krishna. Harsha, just follow the invite URL which I dropped above in the chat box. Okay. Try to get your Discord and just drop the message. We will take a look into it. Okay. See, I'm getting so many messages regards with can you show more on this? See, I have a limitation to show that. Okay. I just have a limitation, especially time duration. That's a problem. Okay. Within next 20 minutes, I don't know how we can fulfill all the answers. Okay. So I want to learn bug bounty. Can you just tell me about it? Yeah, I will tell you that. Okay. So for learning bug bounties and other things, I really recommend you to start with a route map. Okay. There are so many route maps available from there. Even I also built one route map. I really recommend all of you to select anyone you want. No issue. All the roadmap, which is very famous, of course, it is the right roadmap only. But the issue is we are not accepting and we are not ready to learn from that. Okay. We are not ready to learn from that. So I can't able to join Discord. Is the invite link is not working? Could you guys check that? Is the invite link is not working? It's working, right? Please go and check that. Can anyone check that? From my end, I'm seeing all of you guys are joining. Okay. See, this is a Discord. See, all of you guys are joining recently. Yes, almost I'm seeing same names in the chat as well as from the audience also. Everyone are joining, right? It's working, it's working. So don't complain, it's working. It's working fine. Even right now itself, one of my student and my, how to say, like, one of my best student, his name is Deebu. He is actually taking one free session over here, which is under 100 days of cybersecurity. Okay, he's actually taking that. So you can also join here and you can also learn. See, basically, the community, we are not teaching anything. Teaching is something what our program coordinators are doing. So if you guys need to learn something, you can go there. Okay. The program coordinators will be giving you help. And even I'm the person who is taking the session over there. So you can go and take it like that. Then in the community, what we'll do means we will make doubt clearance. So all of the 27 participants apart from me, all of them are here to ask questions, and most probably I will be the person who is taking that. But unfortunately, today I'm here with you guys, right? So like that. So I'm just I will quit from here. Okay. And yeah, we can come back. We can come back with our how we can implement this cybersecurity into AI. Before that, let us discuss on Burfsuit, right? Burfsuit, yeah. So I'm facing an external management environmental problem while installing or using Python and pip command, and it's creating a new ANV. No, same thing. See, Python environmental is something which was developed, I think, like a 3 or 4 years back. Apart from that, before that, it was working smooth. Now it's also working smooth. In the error you are receiving, you'll be getting error, right? Pip3 is not installing. You have to create a separate environment. That error itself contains a solution. You can install, you can run anything you want with the help of pip or pip3. Okay, external environment is not really required. Just try to read the particular error message, you will be able to solve it out. Okay. So I'm not getting why I'm not establishing latest information detected by the defender when you tried just removed it from HTTP parameter and tried it once again. See, once again, I'm seeing I'm getting so many messages from Aditya. One is from Manoj and other in the meeting. So everyone are trying to send the same message. You are not getting the connection. As I mentioned, just try to remove it. Okay. Try to remove the parameter, which is the $P and the entire remainings. You will get the connection. Okay. You'll get the connection. Tell me about bug bounty with Burfsuit. Yes, bug bounty with Burfsuit. That's what we are going to discuss. So bug bounty with Burfsuit, you have to go to web application testing and you can see Burfsuit. Okay, you can see Burfsuit over here. So using this application, you can do bug bounty. Okay, this is a core, or what we can say, like the entire body. If the concepts that's the brain of bug bounty means the entire body is nothing but what? Burfsuit. Why? This application has its own weightage in cybersecurity. Okay, no any framework or application cannot replace it or can replace the place. No, but there is a change. We have a new framework called as Coyote. You can go and try it out. Okay, Coyote, by the way, they are also providing the community edition, and the Buffsuit version that we are using is also community edition. If you need to get the pro license, you have to pay around like a $400. And by the way, when you hear this, don't go to random Telegram channel and download the crack version. Don't do that. Okay, please don't do that. Okay, so you'll be getting a small pop-up box. You can click on OK and it will disappear. Okay, so let us wait for the Buffsuit to generate. Okay, so you guys can see that it managed to boot. Okay, and you will be getting some messages like this. Just try to ignore it. This will be the main page. Okay, so what we have to do in this page means we have to agree the license. Okay, we have to agree the license. So just agree the license. Within 1 or 2 seconds, you will be able to see the Buffsuit dashboard. Okay, you can see that. Okay, see the reason I don't know why they are not sending the attendance form, because at the end of the session only they may send the attendance form. Okay, at the end of the session. So you can see this is a one page where it is only available for premium users, but we can click on next. Okay, we can click on start. So within a moment, what will happen? It will be trying to create an environmental where you will be able to perform web application security. The pro version is actually having a automated pen testing, which a VAPT or a ethical hacker relay for a final round of the internal audit. Okay. But again, if there is an automation pen testing, 95% will be considering it as a false positives. Okay. There may be a vulnerability, there may not be a vulnerability like that. Small request, could you tell me Glasswire crack version with Glasswire crack version? Crack version without any antivirus. I want to download. Aditya, why you are downloading Glasswire crack version? Second time he's saying like he need the premium version. Aditya, you're very next level naughtiness in cybersecurity. Don't use pirated software. Literally, you will be going for a 6 months of trial. Okay. And the penalty is nearly 5 lakh. Okay. So this is Buffsuit. Okay. This is Buffsuit. And Glasswire is actually, I'm also using the Glasswire premium version of it. Okay. You guys can see that. I have nearly 204 days to complete my yearly license. Okay, I really recommend, if you have the budget to take this, I recommend everyone to take this, because you will be able to track all the applications you are running. Okay, you can just avoid all the antivirus we record, because For example, if I'm saying, okay, fine. Okay, I'm using a VPN called as what CyberGhost. CyberGhost, I'm denying internet, I can do that. Okay. If Discord does not need internet connectivity, I can disable that. Okay, I can disable that. And anytime also I can come and enable it. And not only that, here you can see directly went to where, click to book, but I can say ask to connect. So if a software or a particular file or a piece of code required internet access, I have to manually click on connect. Okay. So it's very interesting tool framework. I suggest all of you to use this. Now let us focus on what? Bufsuit. So Bufsuit is mainly used for understanding the response and trying to manipulate it. Okay. Understands the response. How to manipulate the response by manipulate, I mean, by changing or tampering the request. Okay. So there is a method like that. Okay. So what we'll do means we need to configure something called as proxy. Okay. Proxy need to be configured. So go to proxy tab. So under the proxy tab, we can see there is something called as interceptor on. You have to turn that on. Then you can see open a browser. Click on open a browser. Automatically, what will happen? This Bufsuit Community Edition comes with Chromium. Chromium will be provided. So you can open Chromium from there. So please attendance link send karo. Issue for myself, that's the reason. So see, attendance link is not something which need to be provided at this moment. Just wait for the end. Okay. Maybe by 8:55, they will share it. Okay. Just a 50 minutes. So if I'm not, mine is not working with Chromium. So see, if you need to work with Chrome or if you need to work with Mozilla and all, you have to configure the proxy. And if I am trying to showcase that here, you guys will be getting complete confused. Why? Because you don't know how to, what is proxy, how proxies are working, how web applications will be, or especially browsers will be working with proxies. You guys are not having any idea, right? So without all those basics, I'm simply coming and telling you, this is the option, fill this data. At the end of the day, you are able to connect with Bufsuit. Bus, done. See, I'm not such a person like this. Even right now also, yesterday and today, I'm just explaining. I'm just discussing with you guys. I'm just talking. I'm not teaching anything. Okay. But teaching method is completely different. And I'm not really interested to give anyone spoon feedings. Okay. That's the reason. So you can see once we enable the interception, we can intercept the complete communication happening in our browser. For example, I'll show you a demo. I will off this. Okay. I will off the interception and let me go to a domain, something like what we can say. I will go to github.com. Okay. I'll go to github.com. So there will not be any restriction. There will not be any issue. What I'll do, I can visit GitHub directly from where? From the Chromium tab. But what if we have Bufsuit? I can turn on this interception, right? I can turn on this interception and I can capture each and every communication which is made from the browser directly to the Bufsuit application. So whatever the communication, whether it's a response, request, you're uploading a photo to, you're entering to a form, you're making a video call, you're making a voice call, everything over the browser, that data will be re-trafficked through the Chrome, I mean, to the Bufsuit. Then from the Bufsuit, again, it will go back to the browser. From the browser, then it will go to the destination point. So it's like a man in middle attacking kind of a thing is happening in where? In the Bufsuit session. Okay. So it's like a very simple tool. So again, I'll just turn on the interception right now. Okay. So you can see I'm just going to turn on the interception. So once the interception is turned on, I can close this. I can reload the page. That request will be directly coming to where? Coming to our Bufsuit. Are you guys able to see this? Is it visible? Yes. So this is what? This is the request that we forwarded to the browser, where I will be clicking on forward. It will forward the communication from the browser again back to the backend. Again, we can forward this forward. So we are able to see the individual request that will help the browser to view the web page. Okay. In between, if you thought you need to cancel this, no issue. You can click on what? You can click on interception turn off. Okay. You can capture login information. You can capture login credentials. You can tamper that values. You can check whether is there any vulnerabilities. You can inject the code into the request, a malicious request. So many things. So many things can be done with the help of this. Okay. I hope you guys got the point why we required a buff suit, right? Nothing but intercept the traffic, manipulate the data, forwarding again the particular traffic back to the origin point. Okay. Okay. So can you do an example? If I'm doing an example, we don't have a time for that. That's the reason. It's not possible with Wi-Fi devices. Okay. I'm just mentioning that Buffsuit is a tool which is used in web applications and Android pen testings, and especially for this also iOS. Wherever there is request and response, we can channel that request and response to the proxy, and Buffsuit proxy will be taking care of that. Okay. See, Prajit, I'm don't having a time for that. It's already 8:53. Okay. So I just agreed to have one more session which we can implement AI into cybersecurity. So how many of you would like to know that AI into cybersecurity? You can raise your hand. You can raise your hand. Among 400 plus participants, only nearly 50, not even 100. Not even 100. So if the hand raise reaches to 100, what I'll do means I will try to share a resource where you will be getting free access to DeepSeek. Okay. DeepSeek, Olama, ChatGPT, then Twin, Mistral. Those are the powerful AI models which is available currently in the market. Even AI companies or SaaS companies are using them. Okay. Not Grok is not there. Aditya Grok is not there. Apart from that, only 95 among 400 participants, only one more person need to agree. Okay, fine. It's almost 100, sharp 100. I'm very happy for that. Okay. I'm just very happy for that. You guys managed to do this, and okay, fine. So let us do one thing. Let us quickly take what? I will show you that. Okay, all of you, just 1 second. I will just show you how we will be able to do what? Able to get this surveys, okay, where you guys will be getting access to all of this AI models. Okay, just 1 second. Okay, let me shut down the Kali before this 1 second. Okay, my screen is visible, right? Okay, so introducing AI into cybersecurity, you have to spend some time in coding also. Okay, you have to spend some time in coding. That's one thing. Okay, so what will happen means automatically it will be trying to help you out in this. Okay, automatically what will happen, it will be trying to help you. Okay, so everyone quickly, what you have to do means you can just directly go to the chat box. Are you guys in chat box? Can I get a hi in chat box? Can I get a hi in chat box? Okay, okay. So just wait, everybody just wait. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, no issue, no issue, no issue. So what I'll do right now means in our Discord, I'll just try to drop a message. Okay, in the Discord channel, I'll be trying to drop a message in lobby. And those who have joined the lobby right now, what they'll get, they will be getting an access. Okay, they will be getting an invite access. This invite access will be containing what? Several AIs API. Okay, so I'll be drafting. Okay, I will be drafting an AI chat. Okay, I'll be drafting an AI chat which can help you to leverage yourself in cybersecurity. Okay, which can help yourself to leverage anything in cybersecurity. So could you guys can check the Discord chat? Discord chat. Everybody, could you guys go and check the chat box? Okay, and lobby, or you guys are able to see that in lobby of Discord. Everyone. So MKDIR, MKDIR, I'm going to call this as AI. Okay, AI chat. Okay, AI chat. I'll be going to AI. So I'm going to use an API over here. Okay, I'm going to use an API. So from where I'm going to use this API, if you need to know this, everybody, once again, I'm saying, please focus to the screen. Okay, you will be getting this API from where? From the link that I provided in the Discord. You guys are able to see that in the Discord, right? Are you guys able to see that link in the Discord? Yeah. So this platform is providing you $20. Okay. This platform is providing you a free $20. You can see this, a free $20 API directly towards DeepSeek API. So we can use this DeepSeek API to do what? To get into action, and we can leverage this in our cybersecurity. So once you create an account, verify with your GitHub account. Once you verify that, very simple process. What we can do means we can go to models. There is an option called as My Models. You can directly go to My Model. In My Model, we will be following with DeepSeek R1 Turbo. So select DeepSeek R1 Turbo. You'll be getting a drop down like this. Scroll down. Okay, scroll down. Sir, could you please share the Discord URL? Yes, I can share your Discord URL. It is nothing but https:// T-C-O-R discord.gg/sector21. Could you check the chat box? Could all of you check the chat box? Okay. So once you select the model, which is DeepSeek, you can see this is the cost for 1 million token. Okay. 1 million token. So there is a actual method to calculate the tokens and all. I'll make it very quick. Okay. So if you scroll down, you can see this is a Python version. Already the code is given by them, and the chat they have mentioned is high. Okay. The chat they have mentioned is high, and we will be getting the response accordingly from the API. But we need to provide the API. So we need to replace this API over here, and they itself trying to tell you from where you will be getting the API. See, create an API over here. So I can click on create an API. It will be trying to give me an API right now. I'm going to go and just create an API, or even you can use ChatGPT that what you can say, I need a, okay, 1 second. I'll be creating a new API right now, and I'm going to give this as live plus, and I will delete the API after some time. Okay. I'll click on confirm. I'll click on this is my API. Just copy the API. Okay. And I'm in the another screen, I'm actually using GPT itself. Okay. So I'll draft a Python script right now. So just a second, everyone. I'm just dropping the command. Okay, 1 second. I'm just dropping the command, and so the API you will be able to find from the console. So you can scroll down and you can see this is the base URL and the API model. So I'm just copying that. Oh God, you guys are not seeing the chat, right? Okay, I will show you. I will show you. I will show you. I will just move this to my another screen, and I will take this to here. Okay. Okay. I just said then develop a Python script that can summarize. Okay, that can summarize the terminal content using this as a API key, and that's the base URL and the API again. This API will go there. Okay. But this time I make it very quick because already we have closed the time. It's already 9:02 right now. Okay. I'll close it right now. Just wait. Okay. And what I'll say means I will use so instead of Python, do one thing, we can go for Bash. Okay. We will go for Bash. So, is So you have to use max token always from 750 to 1,000. Okay. So that's a max token you can use for input and okay, input and output. And even you can say use uh, pointed and JSON plus markdown format. Okay. So I'm just drafting a very simple thing. I'm not using prompt engineering over here, a structured prompt. But I just mentioned what is my actual requirement. Okay. So it will be trying to draft one thing for me. Okay, you can see it's trying to hardcore all the data. The API is already hardcoded there, but as a development, I mean a secure development engineer, I will not say try to hardcore like this. Try to use .env file. Okay, always try to use .env file. Okay, the use case is mentioned, which we planned accordingly. The output is also good right now. And what we can do, we can just simply copy this, and I will move back to my terminal, and I'm going to create a code right now, a code base. I'm going to call this as what I'll call. I will call this as what I'll call this. Let me call this as shell. There is actually one version of this available called as Shell GPT, but it's dedicated to OpenAI. And by the way, you have to make a payment for that. But this time I'm going to make this as a name, something like AI hacker. Okay, AI hacker.sh. Paste the entire code. Okay, and we will read the code. One second, we will read the code, and let's give the execution permission something like chmod plus x AI hacker. Then let's try to understand what we have received from the ChatGPT. Okay, that's a base URL. The API, the model is ChatGPT 3. No, that's not the model. The model that we have to use. One second. This is the model. Okay, we have to change the model. Good. This is good thing. Otherwise, I will go with the model number. So the model that we have to use is not that. The model that we are interested is actually DeepSeek. Okay, DeepSeek is what we have to use, and that's one thing that we corrected from the code. Then okay, it's using markup template. Cat the complete input will be temporarily catted. This is a JSON payload. Okay. Since it is a bash, it will be using a curl command to send to the base URL with the API, with the payload. with the temporary file, which is our input, then the model will be also going like that. Okay. Okay, it's a very simple thing, and it will be trying to remove the temporary file also. It's a very simple piece of code. Okay, it's a very simple piece of code. One second, let me check once again. Let me check that. Yes, it's a very simple code. Okay, fine. But there is an issue. The issue is nothing but the .sh file. I have to get removed of that, so I can just simply move the file. Okay, I can simply move the file like this. Um, like this. So we don't have that dot right now. For testing purpose, what I can do means I can simply say echo, I can say hi AI, and I can make the pipe simple, and I can say this AI hacker. Okay. I can simply say AI hacker and enter. The hi is printing somewhere. We don't know where it is printing, but AI hacker, it is not able to respond. That's actually an issue. The reason behind that, we have to send this file, I mean, copy the file to bin directory. Okay, copy -r, the file name, which is AI hacker. Okay, we just copied that. And if I'm trying to run the same command, see, we are getting the output. See, we are getting the output, because why it is null means it is specifically built for Nmap. That's the reason. Okay. So what I'll do means I'll just recraft the complete command for Nmap. Something like Nmap space hyphen P21 for github.com, and pipe the output with AI hacker and enter. Okay, again, it's a null. So it's a null means there is an issue with the payload. The payload is specifically built for what? Let me check. What is the AI specifically built for? Okay, let me check that. Okay, example. Do one thing. Example. Terminal. Terminal commands. Pipe AI chat sh. I think there will be a slight difference in the code. Okay, there's a slight difference. So I will just replace this. And one more thing, we have to change the model number. Okay, the AI model that we are using. The model that we are using is, what was the model name again? It's DeepSeek, right? Okay, it's DeepSeek. And if I say ls space hyphen lh forward with AI hacker. Okay. Uh, 1 second. What is the issue? What is the issue? What is the issue? Okay. Something within the code itself. JQ has some configuration, and OIDA is responding to messages. Error handling. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll copy the default. So I just mentioned the stub code that we will be receiving from the Orbita AI when we manage to select the payload. Okay, so this is a stub code they are providing, the sample code. The same thing I provided to GPT right now. And let's see how GPT is trying to generate something from the reference. And again, you can see this reference, DeepSeek is using max token is 1000. Okay, it should work right this time. This time we got an error from JQ. It's something a syntax issue. Okay, this is actually a syntax issue from JQ because it's not printing according to we said, right? Because in our earlier prompt, we mentioned that it should work according to with the JQ. So this is an error. So we can say it's a terminal run time log with error. So that's a runtime error over there. And this was the issue. And we have to change this one. Okay. Oh, this was actually an annotation issue. It's not a big issue. It was just an annotation issue. So let me make the terminal ready for that. 1 second. Okay, again, it's a issue with this AI. One thing I'll do. Okay, let me try like this with the example what they mentioned. No the such files or directory. Yes, no such or files or directory. Yes, that's absolutely right. Okay, 1 second. I'll do one thing. Last day, I managed to create a similar version of this, and I will try to share that over here. Okay, I will try to take the same step code. Second. Okay. So this is a different version. Okay, this is actually a different version which I built in Python, by the way. Okay. So what I'll try to do is it's a complete automated agent for what we can say. It's a complete automated agent for anybody who would like to play around with automations. Okay. There is actually a pip version you have to install. Same question, but in a different format. I managed to craft it. Okay, the same version of what we can say, a same version, but in a different format. Okay, a different format. So we have to write one env file, and into the env file we have to save the API. Okay, just a second. It's actually installing a module called as OpenAI. The same thing you can also do with the help of the invite link that I provided. So don't waste this $20. Just try to use it for any kind of automation or anything you want. Okay. Then let us try to create a .env file. .env file where we need to input this API. So my API, I believe it's here. Yes, that's the API. And how this particular script is going to work means very simple script which I can tell like Python 3 this AI terminal.py. Okay, AI not imported. Why I'm getting this error? Super. Basically, this is a usual thing, okay, usual thing because happening a horrible thing when you're taking a session or when you're handling a program is a common thing nowadays for me. So let me check that what is the issue. And I think meanwhile the program coordinator can share the attendance. Pavan or Ravi, if you're there, you can share the attendance form with them. Okay.
Sure, sir. I'll be taking it forward from here. So I'll be sharing the
Okay.
attendance like simultaneously.
Okay. Okay.